From the milestone discovery of a mysterious item that made the team decide that they should focus all their efforts on the original money pit to the discovery of a tunnel located many feet into the ground, which had the potential of leading them to the treasure that many had been searching for over the last 2 centuries. Here's why an Oak Island insider believes that the treasure of Oak Island has been found. Fans of the Curse of Oak Island TV show would know how much effort has gone into searching for the treasure that is rumored to be hidden on Oak Island, a mysterious island that is located just off the south coast of Nova Scotia. For years now, they have eagerly gone about the task of solving the 2,200-plus-year riddle that has had many different people searching for this elusive treasure. Fans of the show would all know that this is no easy task, especially as nobody has ever come away with any treasure from the island. As with the Lagina brothers and the Curse of Oak Island TV show, it seems as though they may be on the verge of getting to this elusive treasure because they may actually be on the site of the hidden treasure. Imagine that. This could mean that they may actually surpass all those who made it to the island, so they could search for the treasure in vain. Could this actually be true? There is no way that they could actually be the ones to discover this mysterious treasure. Well, following this milestone discovery, Rick and Marty Lagina decided that the best course of action for them and the team was to focus their efforts on the Money Pit region. That way, they may be able to make their way to this interesting tunnel that was located in the ground at a depth of about 95 feet. In order to achieve this, Dumas Contracting Limited was able to extend the garden shaft to a depth of 90 feet. As the team made their way through the ground, they found out that there was a prominent presence of metal underground. This was an exciting prospect for the team because it suggested that this tunnel had a lot of potential, so they didn't mind if they had to make their way all the way down to the baby blob. The presence of trace amounts of metal wasn't the only cause for excitement for the team as they made their way down to the baby blob region. Another source of excitement for the team came from the fact that they were eager to see if they would come across a wooden structure that may have been constructed underground. To them, this was another lead that could help them uncover one of Oak Island's many mysteries. As time went on, the team realized that digging through the ground wasn't as easy as it may have been in other spots on the island. That said, the guys began to make plans to extend the garden shaft to a point where it cuts through the tunnel. That way, they could find out what may be going on in there. No doubt the team was excited about exploring the tunnel's potential historical value. The likes of Laird Niven, the archaeologist working with the team, immediately saw how this may mean that they were getting closer than ever to learning the answers to some of the secrets hidden under this mysterious island. In order to make this final link, the team knew that they must complete the extension of this garden shaft. To them, this would help them get access to this tunnel. This reminds them of the fascinating discoveries that were made in a nearby borehole. Many artifacts such as parchments, leather book bindings, and a strange object that someone marked with the number 6 were withdrawn from this borehole, much to everybody's delight. With this buzz of excitement passing through the team, Marty and his brother were certain that they were going to come across some more of these discoveries. For a moment, however, the team's attention was turned to the treasure box, which they all thought would be made of wood. Well, that was put into question when the team's extension of the nearby borehole, H8, led to a huge object that seemed to be about 170 feet in height. As you can imagine, everybody wanted to know what this object was. Maybe this would help them overcome some of the many obstacles that had been preventing them from finding the treasure they had been searching for more than a decade. Unfortunately, the team found that it would be difficult for them to make their way to the item that they suspected could be a treasure box. Apparently, this was because as they dug deeper toward the object, they found that the H8 case seemed to be too unstable to prod into too much, especially as it seemed to release earth and spoils while they were down there. As unstable as the tunnel may have been, it was more upsetting to the team that this instability seemed to push the chest even deeper into the depths of this mysterious island. This takes us back to an earlier excavation that was carried out some time ago. This reminded them of a theory that was dreamt up by Terry Matheson. He believed that the vault or treasure box they were hoping to get to may have been broken into or chipped off by someone who had tried to get to it some time ago. As interesting as this theory may be, one could say that the team was more interested in the scans, which showed them more proof that the region may contain some of the riches that many had been searching for on the island for more than 200 years. Hopefully, they could make their way to the vault that was suspected to be down there. That way, they could carry out a more detailed search and excavation of the area. Going forward, the team would find that the movement of materials from the H8 case was something that they had to be more deliberate about. After all, everything they saw while they were down there reinforced the belief that the vault may actually be somewhere close by. Fascinating stuff, huh? With these clues before them, it became clear that the team had no reason to give up on the search for the treasure that is rumored to be hidden on the island. Understandably, this saw them experience a boost in morale and output as they worked diligently to get to the bottom of this treasure-hunting mystery. This took the team back to the southeastern region of the wetlands on the island because this is where the original money pit was located. Excited by the prospects of what they might come across while they were there, the team got to work carrying out their excavations in a bog that was located close to the ancient stone path. How significant could this place prove to be in terms of the mysteries surrounding this mysterious island? Well, the team would find the significance of the stone path that was nearby. Apparently, it used to be a good place to find employment back in the day. Eager to come away with something, the team began to dig through the deepest parts of the marsh. If this did not lead them to the hidden treasure that was rumored to be hidden on the mysterious island, at least it may help them discover some of the ancient relics and artifacts that could be hidden underneath the marsh in this area. Well, as the team continued with their work, Gary Drayton decided to make the most of the opportunity that presented itself before them. Apparently, he and some of the other members of the team began to wonder if this stone road was also a wharf that was used to welcome the ships that made their way to the island. Apparently, not only has this stone road been linked with the Knights Templar, but it may also have the ability to reveal the details of the island that may have been used for the dumping of freight. Understandably, the likes of Alex Lagina may still be left in awe when they hear the many tales of the mysteries of Oak Island. Apparently, he also was left in shock as to how historically significant this ancient relic was. Eager to learn more, the team went to work. As Gary proceeded with his search, the rest of the guys decided to see if they could get more clues that could give them a better picture of the history of the stone road. It also gave them the ability to learn the value of whatever items they found in the process of carrying out the investigations. As the team searched for the treasure excitedly, one would find that Rick Lagina was especially interested in the events that took place in the Bog's Corner because it could prove to be a significant factor in this 200-plus-year treasure hunt. One would find that despite being part of an exciting search for the treasure, the team was wary of the many challenges that lay before them. Regardless of this, the team became aware of the swamp's historical significance in terms of this legendary treasure hunt. Maybe it was due to this exciting discovery that was made by Gary Drayton while they were down there. This increased their belief that they did have the potential to find treasure at some point in the future. Working toward such a goal, the team came across this strange boulder that was located close to the stone road. This told the team that it may have been placed there on purpose. With this in mind, the team desperately hoped that this could be a clue that could lead them to the potential treasure that they and many others over the course of the last 2 centuries had been searching for. Looking at all these clues and their strange positioning, Rick found that he was really curious about the importance of this boulder. Soon, Billy Gart led the team to a series of rocks that he had recently come across. They were excited when they came across these series of rocks because they found that they led up to the boulder. Considering how close this boulder was to the stone path and the original money pit, Jack Begley began to wonder about what may have happened in this area in the past. As Jack was looking for the answers to that question, Billy took some pains to highlight the massive potential to find the many opportunities that were available to them in such an area. As such, it probably came as no surprise to them and the rest of the team when they heard that Rick wanted to keep digging. After speaking with him, they'd find that he wanted them to keep digging because he was curious about the line of stones and the enormous boulder that they had just found. He couldn't ignore the strange positioning of the rock, and as such, he also couldn't help but think about how important this rock could be in the grand scheme of things. Looking back, it must have been especially exciting for Gary Drin, who was eager to find this treasure for himself and the rest of the team. As the area was close to the stone road and the money pit, the team could all imagine the boundless potential that could be found in this region. This was probably due to the purposeful positioning of the rock that they found in the area. As a result, Rick let the team know how important it was to carry out a more in-depth investigation of the area. As exciting as these prospects may have been for the team, Gary couldn't ignore the feeling in his gut, so he raised the concerns he had about the depth of this new discovery. He got clues from this wooden item that he discovered within 2 feet of dirt. Upon taking a closer look at this piece of wood, it revealed its distinct form and thickness. An even closer look at this interesting piece of wood helped Gary figure out that it could be part of a ship's decking. It made Rick realize why their metal detectors hadn't picked it up, considering that it was made of wood. Eager to continue linking this piece of wood to a shipwreck, the team continued to look for clues that could establish such a link. Eager to build upon the knowledge that this piece of wood could have, the team resolved to carry out some more in-depth investigations of this piece of wood. This makes Marty think about how consistent the team has been with their work on the swamp, especially as they have been dealing with the difficult circumstances that they found themselves in while working within the confines of the swamp. Sure, they may have come across some objects that had little to no significance, but this may soon be a thing of the past, especially if the team continued to push on with their hard work. With any luck, they may be able to find something that was more significant while they were working through the captivating conditions that they found in the marsh. This made them think of how long pieces of metal could last in the marshy grounds of the swamp. In order to get the answers to such a question, the team received their instructions from Rick. Following this, Jack Begley would come across some significant issues with the discovery of metal in the Money Pit region of the island. Apparently, this may have taken place in Lot 5, where the group was currently working hard so that they could find the metal that must have gone missing somewhere down there. As this was going on, some other members of the team were making some progress with their work on the island. For example, an archaeology team was digging a strange stone foundation that they came across beneath a circular depression some time ago in the earlier parts of the year. This brought them to stone features that were inconsistent with what was established in the archaeological world. When discussed by Jamie Kuba, one of the archaeologists on this team, he revealed that he was gaining some more understanding of the stone feature that they had just found. This made them turn their attention to artifacts that were found when they were about 161 feet into the ground. It gave them clues of the several occupants of the island across several ages of time. Let's take a look at this lead barter token that must have been in circulation around the time of the 14th century. Then there were the Venetian glass beads that could be traced back to any time between the 1500s and the mid-1600s. Then there were the metal tools that were attributed to Sir William Phipps. Eager to create a definition of the foundation's edge, Jamie Kuba decided that she would provide the team with an overview of the agenda. Despite needing to carry out such a task, the team could not contain the excitement that was running through the camp. More excitement must have been added to the team when they realized that they were also going to conduct a search for important clues that could link the feature to the treasure that is rumored to be hidden somewhere on the island. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? In order to give a helping hand, Jack decided that there must have been some points in time that were included in such findings. This would indicate that there may have been an early presence on Lot 5. After all, what else could the brick, ceramic, and glass found in the area tell them? Sure, it may add a layer of mystery to the investigation that they were carrying out, but it may actually end up giving them an explanation towards its relationship to the Money Pit tale, and with any luck, it may even link them to the treasure that many have been searching for over the period of almost 230 years. Eager to make even more progress, Jamie Kuba and the rest of the team made an attempt to get some more information that could help them with their mission. Excited about this new development, Jack was happy to make sure that the team participated in the finding. This may be how he was able to reassure them that they may actually be on course to making some rapid progress with their work there. One thing was certain, though. If they were going to make any progress of any sort, the team was going to have to work together. As time went on, the team realized some interesting features of their surroundings. First off, they noticed how compact the dirt was in the area. This told them that there must be some order in the area. This interesting discovery helped the team feel that they must be taking some positive steps toward this elusive treasure that is rumored to be hidden somewhere on the island. Moving on, Larnian seemed to be on his way to join the crew at a mysterious stone foundation that was discovered on the western part of the island. Once they got to this spot that was located on the shoreline of Lot 5, they realized that they must be on the cusp of another significant find. Meanwhile, Kuba was busy examining the material that she had just found. This grayish item is then compared to crude mortar, or maybe even cement. We must take note that it was similar to something that was picked up in the Money Pit area at some point in time in the past. According to Jack, the team may have made this similar discovery when wandering around H8 back in 2019. It should actually come as no surprise to the team and those watching at home because the team does have a history of picking up several forms of concrete and questions while working in and around the money pit area. In light of all this information, Larnian decided that it may be best to have a conversation with Emma, the team's metallurgist. He was hoping that she could help him compare this recently discovered sample with that which was discovered at the money pit. At least that way, they could actually determine its origins. Eager to see if this would work, Jamie was actually willing to give a sample, although Larnian was a bit worried about the complications that could occur when one is trying to understand things like this, especially as it was not only difficult to gain the answers that they were searching for, but also because of the difficulties that they may experience while obtaining a soil sample that could be used to compare and locate a solution to the issue. If the right conditions should ever make themselves available to the team, it is Larnian's hope that he would have the chance to learn something from the upcoming findings. Until then, the team will just have to make the most of what they have at the moment. Hopefully, it will help them find the treasure that is rumored to be hidden on this mysterious island. From the milestone discovery of a mysterious item that made the team decide that they should focus all their efforts on the original money pit to the discovery of a tunnel located many feet into the ground, which had the potential of leading them to the treasure that many had been searching for over the last 2 centuries. Here's why an Oak Island insider believes that the treasure of Oak Island has been found.